Good morning. This is open source software and hardware DET 3107 elective 1. Uh, Course outcomes. To have an introductory knowledge of concept of open source free software and hardware, introduction of Arduino hardware, Raspberry Pi, Internet of the Things. To get an in-depth knowledge of Arduino software IDE, simple programs, interfacing of basic software modules with Arduino. To acquire knowledge of interfacing and programming of Arduino for ADC, DC motor, servo motor, Bluetooth, Zigbee, Wi-Fi and PWM programming. To understand the details regarding the LaTeX software with its installation, programming, processing, software facilities useful for various document preparation. To understand the details regarding Scilab software with its installation, programming, processing, console, editor, graphics window, software facilities useful for various technical calculations. To study KiCad as an electronic computer aided design or ECAD tool for designing circuit schematic, electric rule checking, netlist generation, mapping components and designing PCB. So these are the outcomes. Let us check the point which we are discussing, that is open source software, free software, the difference between two, shareware, proprietary software. So these things we have discussed. Open source is open to all. Free software is free to use and update and study. Proprietary software is software which we can purchase from some firm, organization or person. So philosophies are open source software and free software. So FSF and open source initiative, these are the two major groups. If you compare these, the commonness in these two is code is made available to users by the program. And the difference is there is a restriction placed on redistribution of the source code. Redistribution of source code. The source code is the program written to develop the particular software. So that is source code, and restriction is there on the redistribution. Once one get that source code or software, that person cannot give to next person. Next person has to go to the original developer and then he can get. Again freely, open source. So freeware and shareware not to be confused. Freeware is a software that offers free of charge without any money, without paying any money, free of charge, but without the freedom to modify the source code and redistribution changes. Modify नाही करायचं, redistribute करायचं, पण free of charge मिळेल, that is freeware. Freeware and open and free, so these are the different concepts. Shareware is another form of commercial software. It is commercial software. So commercial means it can be purchased, but it is the form of commercial software. Before purchasing, you can use it for some short duration with minimum or short less number of facilities in it. Try before buy basis. So open source software, free software, OSS, FS. It is not to confuse with freeware, shareware. So same slide I think. And free software definition, this we have seen. The free software is providing the users freedom to run, to copy, to distribute, to study, to change and to improve the software. There is a software which is developed as a free and open source software. So what is free software definition? So free software is a software which is provided for running the software, for copying from one machine to the other machine, for distributing from one person to other person, one firm to other firm, one organization to other organization, one company to other company. To study that particular software, because source code is open, so we can study that software. Once you study that software, we can change the software. We can change the source code. So we can change the source code. Once you change the source code, when we keep the change as it is, when it is improved, so that means we can improve the software. Suppose there is a software and there is some facility, and if you change that facility to have enhancement in that facility, then that is improvement. Then we can keep that change. Otherwise, that change will not keep. We'll keep our original software only. If change is not giving the improvement, we will not go for that change. So, free software is providing user freedom to run, copy, distribute, study, change and improve the software. So free software definition, Richard Stallman definition. So Richard Stallman is the person who started this movement of open and free and open source softwares and hardwares. So Richard Stallman's free software definition adopted by the Free Software Foundation, FSF. The Richard Stallman's free software definition adopted by the Free Software Foundation, FSF, defines free software as a matter of liberty, not price. Free software is a matter of liberty. Liberty means swatantrata, freedom, liberty. It is a matter of liberty and not price, not money, price. And it upholds the four essential freedoms. So what are the liberties? What are the freedoms? So it upholds four essential freedoms. Four essential freedoms. So free software definition for Richard Stallman. Free software definition is adopted by Free Software Foundation, SFS. Richard Stallman's free software definition is adopted by FSF. FSF is what? Free Software Foundation. This foundation adopted the Richard Stallman's free software definition. What is that definition? If you ask the in examination, write the Richard Stallman definition, this is the same definition. Write the FSF free software definition, this is the same definition, because Free Software Foundation has adopted the definition of free software from Richard Stallman. Richard Stallman originally defined this. What it defines? It defines free software as a matter of liberty and not price. And it upholds the four essential freedoms. It upholds four essential freedoms. So what is the definition of free software? It is a matter of liberty and not price, and upholds four essential freedoms. It is a matter of liberty, it is a matter of freedom, and there are four essential freedoms required. What are those four freedoms? Four kinds of freedoms for users of software. Four kinds of freedom for users of software. What are the freedoms? The freedom to run the program for any purpose, that is first freedom. The freedom to run the program for any purpose, that is first freedom. Class. The freedom to run the program for any purpose, this is first freedom. That first freedom is called as freedom zero. It starts from zero. Okay? It starts from zero. So first preference or freedom or Freedom 0 is run the program for any purpose. The freedom 1 is, that is second freedom, freedom 1 is to study working and adaptation to users' needs. Whatever the user needs, for that he can study that it's working and adaptation. Whatever the new adaptations are there in the software, the original software and adaptation, all these are studied by the user. This is the second freedom, freedom 1. Freedom 2 is redistribute copies to help other users. Freedom to redistribute copies so as to help the other users. And freedom 3 is, freedom number 4, that is freedom 3 is to improve the program and release the improvements to public so that the whole community benefits. So these are the 4 essential freedoms in the Richard Stallman's definition of free software, which is adopted by Free Software Foundation, FSS, FSF, adopted the definition. What is that definition? So free software is the matter of liberty and not price, and it upholds the essential 4 freedoms. And those 4 freedoms are freedom to run the program, freedom to study working adaptation by users' need, freedom to redistribute copies to the as to help the other users, freedom to improve the program and release the improvement to public so that the whole community benefits. This is 4 kinds of freedoms for users of free software. The software users 4 essential freedoms can be rewritten as freedom 0, freedom 1, freedom 2, freedom 3 again as the freedom to run the program as you wish for any purpose. This is the first essential freedom, freedom 0. The freedom to study how the program works and change it to it does your computing as you wish. Freedom 1. Access to source code is precondition for this. If there is a precondition that access to source code is possible, allowed, then you can study it, then you can change it, isn't it? So this is freedom 1. The freedom to redistribute copies so you can help others, that is freedom 2. Freedom to redistribute copies so you can help others, that is freedom 2. The freedom to distribute copies of your modified versions to others, freedom 3. That means freedom 2 is what? Redistribute original copies what you got, and freedom 3 is redistribute the copies that you modified it. So there are 4 freedoms, freedom 0, freedom 1, freedom 2, freedom 3. Sorry, freedom 0, freedom 1, freedom 2, freedom 3, right. So these are the 4 freedoms. आज 23 आहे का 24 आहे 27 आहे 2021. Okay, thank you. So let us continue. These are the 4 freedoms. Open source definition. What do you mean by open source? Okay, open source means what? Free software definition we have seen. Richard Stallman's free software definition, which is adopted by Free Software Foundation, FSF, and that is, it is a free software is a matter of liberty and not a price, and it should uphold 4 freedoms, and 4 freedoms we have seen. We can copy it, we can run it, we can study it, we can modify it, we can distribute it, we can modify the distribution is possible. Then open source means what? Open source definition. Open source is any software that satisfies the Open Source Software Initiative, that is OSI definition. So free software is a software that satisfies the condition of FSF, and open source is a software that open source is software that satisfies the Open Software Initiative OSI definition. So FSF definition is there, OSI definition is there. So these are the two philosophies, two foundations, two philosophies. One philosophy is FSF philosophy. Second philosophy is OSI philosophy. So free software foundation philosophy is one. Second, open software initiative philosophy is there. So free software philosophy, free software foundation philosophy definition we have seen. Now this is the definition of open software initiative. So the software which satisfies this definition are called open source software. The software which satisfies the free software foundation definition, Richard-Stallman definition, those are called free softwares. So free softwares and open source softwares. Okay. So what is open source initiative has created certification mark is OSI certified. OSI certified. Okay. If the software is satisfying the OSI definition, it is called OSI certified. In order to be OSI certified, software must be distributed under a license that guarantees the right to read, redistribute, modify, use software freely. Okay, so this is the definition. Okay, in order to be OSI certified, what is the definition? Look, see, this is the OSI definition. What is that? So OSI is created a certification mark for the software. So to which software it certifies? The software which follows or satisfies this definition. So if the software is OSI certified, it is called open source software. So how it will get OSI certification? OSI certified software must be distributed under the license. Okay. So this license is open source license. Proprietary softwares are having the company license, their firm license, and those license will be available if we purchase that software. Okay, light geli. So let us continue. Light is regained, the electricity is regained. So what was, am I audible now? हॅलो, ऐकायला येते ना? लाईट, हो सॉरी माइक वॉज ऑफ. Sorry, am I audible now? I think I am audible because it is indicating on the screen. So let us continue. Mic was off for 1 minute or two. So let us continue. Are you there? So open source definition. Open source is a software that satisfies the open source definition. And what is that? It is defined by the OSI open source initiative. And OSI gives the OSI certification. Okay. What is that OSI certification? OSI certification is if the software satisfies the definition, then it is OSI certified. So what is the definition it has to satisfy? In order to get OSI certified, the software must be distributed under some license. A license, that license guarantees the right to read, right to redistribute, right to modify, right to use software freely. So it has given 4 rights. Just like FSF, 4 freedoms are given, here 4 rights are given. And those 4 freedoms are very same as these 4 rights. So you can read the software, redistribute it, modify it and use it. That means you can study it, redistribute it. After studying you can modify it and you can use it. So these are the 4 rights given in the, these are the 4 rights given in the open source definition. Okay, these are the 4 rights. 4 freedoms are very same as these 4 rights. Okay, so in open source definition there are 4 rights given. In free softwares there are 4 freedoms given. Okay, so these are the 2 philosophies. These are the 2 philosophies of FSF and OSI. Both are similar, almost similar, both. Now, the mixture of 2, free and open source software, mixture of 2, free foundation, free software foundation FSF and open source initiative OSI, both definitions, both philosophies are used, then that becomes free and open source software, FOSS, FOSS. It is called FOSS or FOSS. Under FOSS, lot of softwares and hardwares are there. Softwares are there. FOSS is there, that is hardware. FOSS. Free and open source hardware, FOSS. Free and open source software, FOSS. Free and open source software is a software that can be classified as both free software and open source software. Both the free software and open source software. What is it defined as? It is a free software as well as open source software. What is the difference between free software and open source software? Can anybody just tell me back? कोणी सांगेल काय फ्री आणि ओपन सोर्स मध्ये काय फरक आहे? एनीबडी? अमिषा पवार, अनिश दिवेकर, दिव्या जैलकर, तुमच्या तिघापैकी कोणी माईक अनम्यूट करा आणि सांगा बरं. एम आय ऑडिबल? आवाज पोचतोय का? आवाज पोचतोय का? आवाज येतोय का? एम आय ऑडिबल? इज इट? रोहन व्यवहारे, थँक्यू रोहन, थँक्यू. नाव या तिघापैकी कोणीही सांगा, तुमचा अटेंडन्स तुम्हाला पाहिजे का नाही? अमिषा पवार, अनिश दिवेकर, हा सांगा सांगा. दोन्हीत काय फरक आहे? फ्री सॉफ्टवेअर आहे, ओपन सोर्स सॉफ्टवेअर आहे. अविनाश आणि आशिष, दिव्या, ईशा कविस्कर तुम्ही सांगा. नर्मदा देशमुख तुम्ही सांगा. पूजा जैलकर तुम्ही सांगा. समीर महाडिक आहेत का? श्रावणी दवंडे, समीर आहे. श्रावणी दवंडे किंवा दवंदे. श्रुती रेवणकर, शुभम व्यवहारे, रोहन विषय आहेत. शुभम व्यवहारे आहेत का? शुभम आहेत. बाकीचे श्रुती, श्रावणी, पूजा, नम्रता, ईशा, दिव्या सगळे गेले कुठं? फक्त जॉईन होतात, लेक्चरला थांबत नाहीत का तुम्ही? हे एवढेच बाकीचे लोकच आहेत. पवार, दिवेकर, जैलकर कुठं? जैलकर नाही आहेत. जैलकर आहेत. ओके, so let us continue. What is the difference between free and open source software? We have seen there is no difference as much, slight here and there in definition. Both are having same definition. One is having 4 freedoms, second is having free rights, 4 rights. Reading right, that means studying right. Copying right. Then using right, running right, that can run. Then study, open source code is available. to study, to modify, modification and distribution right. All four are same in both. What are two? One is free foundation, free software foundation. Second is open source initiative. So both are combined together. It is called free and open source software. FOSS, FOSS is a software that can be classified as both free software and open source software. That is, anyone is freely licensed to use it, to copy it, to study it, and to change it, modify it, the software. That is, FOSS is allowing you, that is, anyone is freely licensed. FOSS license is how? It is, anyone is freely licensed to use, copy, study, change the software in any way. And the source code is openly shared, so that people are encouraged voluntarily to enhance the software design. Voluntarily people are encouraged. ओके, कुणी स्वतःहून सॉफ्टवेअर मध्ये इम्प्रूव्हमेंट किंवा चेंज करू शकतो आणि केलेला चेंज सगळ्याला सांगू शकतो, ओपन टू ऑल. This is in contrast to, this is opposite to, in contrast to means opposite to, this is in contrast to proprietary software. Proprietary म्हणजे काय? जे विकत घेतो ते. Proprietary means commercial software. The softwares which are to be purchased from some firm or company or person. This is just opposite to proprietary software, where the software is under restrictive copyright licensing. Open source license is also there. That license gives you freely use it, freely copy it, freely study it, freely change it. That is open source license. Okay, and what is proprietary license? It is restrictive copyright licensing. Copyright licensing means some company is having copyright of that particular software, and that company says if you want that software to use, then you have to purchase it. Okay, where software is under restrictive copyright licensing and the source code is usually hidden from users. Usually source code is hidden. Proprietary software usually hides the source code. This is just opposite. FOSS is just opposite to the proprietary software. Free and open source software. What is free and open source software? It is combination of free software and open source software. What is free software? What is open source software? Free software is a software which satisfies the free software foundation criteria for freedoms. What is open source software? Which satisfies the definition, which is get certified from the open source initiative by following the definitions of the reading, modifying, copying, using, distributing. Okay. So both are same and both are combined, then it is called free and open source software FOSS, and it is a license to copy, study, change, redistribute the, openly share the software. So this is FOSS. Okay. So one we have seen free software, second we have seen open source software, third we have seen free and open source software. That is FOSS. Then what is commercial software or proprietary software? What is proprietary software? Commercial software. Just we have seen in last lecture also we have seen proprietary. Proprietary means having someone's hold on this, having someone's copyright on that. Okay, the someone is or some company or lab is owner. Somebody is owner of the software. Commercial or proprietary softwares, commercially available softwares is commercial or proprietary softwares, which are commercially available softwares. Commercially available means commercially you can purchase the softwares. It doesn't give you access to the its source code, because software is someone else's intellectual property. intellectual property. It is called IP. Intellectual property means IP, intellectual property. It is somebody's IP. Okay. IP means intellectual property. We know the property, the land is there, field is there, that is property, house is there, home, building, that is property, the gold is there, the stones, precious stones are there, that is property, isn't it? Our vehicle is there, that is property, our machines are there, industry is there, that is property of our somebody's property. Similarly, the intellectual property, that means the property for something that is generated intellectually by brain. Okay, using brain. The development of the property is by using brain. Intellectual. Intellect means हुशारी. ओके, ब्रेन, बुद्धिमत्ता. ओके, बुद्धिमत्ता स्वामित्व म्हणतात त्याला, स्वामित्व. ओके, स्वामित्व कशामुळे येतं तर ते बुद्धिमत्ता वापरून बनवल्यामुळं. दॅट इज intellectual property. It doesn't give access to the source code because the software is someone else's intellectual property or IP. As a result, users often pay for it. Okay, users pay for it. So commercial software or proprietary software is commercially available software and is a commercial or proprietary software. It doesn't give access to source code because software is someone else's intellectual property. As a result, user has to pay for it. Now there are advantages of FOSS, benefits of using free and open source software or FOSS. These includes some advantages are there. Obviously, FOSS will have advantages. Then the proprietary also will have different advantages, maybe. Let us check the benefits or advantages of FOSS, free and open source software advantages. First is maintaining the software users civil liberty rights. Software users civil liberty rights are maintained in this. What is the right of the software user? He can read the software, he can copy the software, he can run the software, he can study the software, he can modify the software, he can distribute the software. These are the civil rights, liberty rights of the software user. So those rights are maintained by FOSS. What is the second advantage? Benefit: decrease the software cost. Software cost is become less. It is decreased. Okay. Software cost is decreased. Sometimes softwares are not free. We have to pay for it, but its cost is get decreased. So what do you mean by free and open source? Free means freedom to use, modify, to redistribute. These freedoms, the software is having such freedoms, is called free software. And sometimes it may not be free of cost. Very small cost may be there. But this is decrease the software costs. Number 3 benefit: increase the security and stability, especially with respect to malware. Malware माहिती आहेत ना तुम्हाला? You know malwares, virus, computer virus आपण म्हणतो त्याला. So these are the computer virus. Those are called malwares. So FOSS softwares, free and open source softwares, are very stable and they are having very strong immunity to the malwares. They are not affected by malwares. Malware ने affect होत नाही. कॉम्प्युटर व्हायरसनी सॉफ्टवेअर खराब होत नाही. कुठलं? FOSS, फ्री अँड ओपन सोर्स. लवकर नाही खराब होत किंवा खराब होतच नाही. Increase the security and stability, especially with respect to malware. Number 4, protecting privacy. Protects the privacy. Number 4, education. It is useful for education. त्याच्यातून you can learn, if you are computer software engineer, you can learn how it is developed, what are the components used. This electricity issue stopped for 1 minute. Let us continue. Uh, what we are discussing was it is useful for education, number 5 advantage, and that is we can study the software, and it is helpful in studying the software as a education for the computer engineers, the IT engineers, the electronics engineers, or even maybe other branch of the engineers, those who are using the software like mechanical, civil, etc., electrical. These are also using the softwares. So this is useful for education. Then sixth is giving users, it is helpful for education because its cost is less or it is free of cost. So students can very easily access the software and practice the software, develop the software, understand the software, isn't it? Otherwise, for schools and colleges and engineering institutes, it is difficult to purchase the each and every software. If the software is fast, then it can be very easily freely downloaded and used for studying the software. So number 6 is giving users more control over their own hardware. Giving users more control over their own hardware. Because proprietary softwares is having hidden source code, so how the hardware is handled is not possible to understand, isn't it? So how the hardware is accessed, how the hardware is handled, how the hardware is configured, it is not possible for the users to understand in commercial softwares. But in free and open source software, that is FOSS, the source code is open. That's why you can study the software, and that's why you can study the hardware regarding that, how it is handled, how software is handling the hardware, how software is initializing the hardware, how software is controlling the hardware, and that's why we can understand the hardware functioning properly and we can control the hardware accordingly. If we understood the hardware functioning with that software, then it gives a control over that hardware. So giving users more control over their own hardware. So this is the benefits of using free and open source softwares. These are the benefits. So free and open source software, open source operating systems are there, OS, isn't it? OS, free and open source software, free and open source operating systems, OS are there. So as we know, Windows is the proprietary OS, okay. Then for Apple, another different Mac is there for proprietary OS operating system. But many of the mobiles use the Android software. This is free and open source software. Okay. So free and open source operating system is Linux, like as a Linux, and descendant of BSD are widely utilized today. So Linux is widely utilized today. Linux is the software which is FOSS, free and open source operating system. Linux is free and open source operating system which is widely used. Other many softwares are there. So under that Linux, different softwares are like Ubuntu, etc. You might have heard Ubuntu, Arduino, Android software. Okay, these are widely used today and powering millions of servers, desktops, millions of servers, desktops, smartphones, isn't it? Example Android for smartphone and other devices, laptop, palm top. Okay, so millions of devices are using this. This is powering millions of devices. So free and open source operating systems such as Linux and its descendants of BSD are widely utilized in millions of devices like servers, desktops, smartphones. Android is used in smartphone. So free software licenses and open source licenses are used by many software packages. The software packages are developed by the free and open source other softwares by using their licenses, and the developed software also use this free software license or open source software license. That they take that license for developed software also certified with this license, free software license, open source software license. So they are called free software packages, free softwares, free and open source softwares. That is FOSS. Okay, you understood now FOSS. FOSS is the mixture of free software and open source software. What is free software? Which satisfies the FSF philosophy, Free Software Foundation philosophy. What is open source software? Which satisfies the open source initiative, open software initiative, OSI. Okay. So both are similar and same. So the licenses are there for free software as well as licenses are there for open source software. So software can opt for free software license or open source software license or both. So it becomes FOSS. It can opt the FOSS license also. So free software movement and the open source software movement are online social movements behind which widespread production of acceptance of FOSS. Okay. So FOSS is developed, but that must get accepted. FOSS must get accepted. Okay. So the free software movement and open source software movement are online social movements behind widespread production and acceptance of FOSS. Okay. So this is the social movement. This is social movement for what? For free software, open source software. Okay. It is online social movement for production of acceptance of FOSS. What is FOSS? It is free and open source software. So this is the history. In the beginning, all the softwares were free. All the software was free in beginning. Initially, when computer was introduced, they sell computer, not software. Software are along with computer. Okay. They are free. In 1960s, IBM and other first large scale computer machines came with software which was free. In 1960s, IBM and some other are there. Large scale computers are there, machines. They are having the software free. This software could be freely shared among users. The software comes written in programming language and it could be improved and modified. Those softwares come in some programming language and those can be studied, those can be read, those can be improved. Then introduce the proprietary software. Then it dominated the software landscape. Whatever the field of software is there, landscape of software landscape. So it is dominated by proprietary software. So companies are then developing some software and they are selling the software instead of giving freely with the machine. They are selling the software, and then that proprietary software dominated the total software landscape. Also, most users couldn't or didn't want to fix their own software. So if the open source or free software is there, user has to fix that software. To fix means what? If it is not working properly, you have to fix the thing. If the mixer in the house is not working properly, you have to fix that issue. You have to fix that error. Fix means तो error काढून टाकायला लागतो. If the mobile is not working properly, you have to fix the error on your own. And if it is not possible for you to fix the error, you go to the repair shop and fix the error of the mobile. So most of the users couldn't fix the error or didn't want to fix the error. त्यांना करता येत नव्हतं किंवा करायची इच्छा नव्हती. फिक्स देअर ओन सॉफ्टवेअर. मग त्यांना स्वतःला काम करायचं नव्हतं सॉफ्टवेअरचं फिक्सिंग किंवा एरर काढून टाकायचं. तर त्यांनी काय केलं, मग विकत घ्यायला सुरुवात केली. मग तो सर्व्हिस प्रोव्हाइड करेल सॉफ्टवेअर कंपनीवाला. म्हणजे असं काय नाही की सॉफ्टवेअर कंपनीने त्या सॉफ्टवेअर असं केलं की बंदी करून विकायला सुरू केली, असं नाही. युजर्स वॉन्टेड because they couldn't or didn't want to fix their own software. There was money to be given, to be made in leasing the software. Software are leased. That means they are taken on rent. They are purchased for 1 year, 2 year, 5 year. That means they are leased. They are on rented basis, not permanent. So there was a money to made leasing software. Okay. So in beginning software were free. 1960 onwards, IBM and other machines, they give the free softwares along with the machines. Where software could be freely shared among the users. Software could be written. Programming language can be improved, modified those days. Then proprietary software dominated this total software landscape. Why? Because most users couldn't fix their software or they didn't want to fix their software. That's why the proprietary software dominated the software landscape, and there was a money to be made in leasing the software. So they require the money for leasing the software, for renting the software for suppose say 1 year license or 5-year license or indefinite time license, permanently given license. But what happens in permanently given license? You know, suppose one OS I have purchased for my personal computer, then I run that OS. Then after 3-4 years, 5 years, company brings new version of the OS, advanced version of the OS. Then I have to go for the updation. That means what? Companies sold me the software permanently. But after 5 years, after 2 years, after 10 years, company developed and launched the new version of the software which is having new facilities. Then I have to purchase that. That means or my older software automatically get terminated, out of use. So it is not remaining now indefinite time. It becomes 5-year software again, 10-year software, 2-year software. So ultimately companies trying to pull money from, commercial companies trying to pull money from the users. So this becomes leasing of the software. To lease means to take on rent. In mid 70s the software was proprietary. Users were not allowed to redistribute it. That source code was not available. Users could not modify the program. So all 4 freedoms are not fulfilled by the software, and those are called commercial softwares. Okay. All 4 freedoms are not fulfilled by the software, and that's why those are called commercial softwares. Okay, those are called commercial softwares. Okay. Okay. So proprietary softwares or commercial softwares not allowing to redistribute, not giving the source code, not allowing to modify, not allowing to study the source code, not allowing to run freely. They require to purchase it. So this started in mid 70s. In late 70s, late 1970s and early 1980s, two different groups started. Two groups started. When they are started? 1975, 1970. After 1970 till early 1980s, two groups started. Then it became are known as open source software movement. These two groups are open source software movement. They run open source software movement. The East Coast, Richard Stallman, formerly a programmer at MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, okay, MIT, AI Lab, Artificial Intelligence Lab, launched the GNU project, GNU, GNU. Okay, what is your today's assignment? You have to tell me what is GNU, GNU. What is GNU project? What is GNU? What is the long form of GNU? What do you mean by GNU? GNU project. So, East Coast Richard Stallman, formerly a programmer at MIT AI Lab, launched the GNU project, GNU project, and this is your today's assignment. GNU. What is the long form of GNU? What do you mean by GNU? Make an assignment for 1 page, 2 page about the GNU project and upload it. Assignment 2. And the Free Software Foundation. Okay, GNU project and Free Software Foundation, FSF. Okay, Richard Stallman founded launched the GNU project and FSF, Free Software Foundation. The ultimate goal for GNU project was लेक्चर आहे बोला नंतर कोण आहे तू मग कशाला आला त्यांना घेऊन हा I will continue. So GNU project and Free Software Foundation both are established by the Richard Stallman, programmer at MIT. Okay. The ultimate goal for a GNU project was to build a free operating system. Okay. The GNU General Public License, that is GNU project General Public License, GPL, General Public License, GPL, was designed to ensure that the software produced by GNU will remain free and to promote the production of more and more free software. Okay. The GNU General Public License, GPL, was designed to ensure that the software produced by GNU will remain free and to promote the production of more and more free software. Okay. So, Richard Stallman established the GNU project and Free Software Foundation. GNU project and Free Software Foundation. Who established? Richard Stallman. Okay. The ultimate goal of GNU project was to build free operating system. GNU project is established for what? To build a free operating system. To develop the free operating system. A Free Software Foundation handles all the activities of open source free software. But GNU project was built to develop free operating system. The GNU General Public License, GPL, General Public License. Okay. So GNU issues the General Public License, GPL, was designed to ensure that the software produced by GNU will remain free and to promote the production of more and more free software. Okay. The General Public License, GPL, was designed to ensure that the software produced by GNU will remain free and to promote the production of more and more free software. The GNU General Public License was designed to ensure that the software produced by GNU will remain free and to promote production of more and more free softwares. So this is the work of GNU. Basically, it was established for free operating system development, but GNU has then have worked to promote the production of more and more free software. Okay, GNU will remain free and it promotes the production of more and more free software. So GNU general public license is issued. GNU general public license. GNU issues the general public license, GPL license, GPL. So many systems you might have seen that GPL is there, general public license is there, a particular logo is there for GPL. Okay. So this is about the GNU and free operating system, which was established in 1970s and 80s. During 80s and early 90s, open source software continued its development. Open source software, okay, OSS, open source software. It is in after GNU, this SFS and GNU, 1780. This is 1890. Initially, in several relatively isolated groups, different groups are there for same purpose. They are working initially, and then after slowly they have come together. Slowly, much of the software was integrated. Many of the software were integrated. The various groups merged afterwards. They come together. They merged. As a result of this, a complete operating environment could be built on the top of Unix. Unix using open source software. Okay. The operating system is built on top of Unix. Okay. Many internet ISPs use Unix as their operating system of choice. ISP means internet service providers. Many internet ISPs, internet service providers, use Unix as their operating system of the choice. Okay. So initially it is 90s, many groups started functioning or working towards developing the operating system, and they afterwards integrated, merged together as open source movement initiative. As a result, this complete operating environment could be built on the top of Unix. Okay. Okay. So this is using Unix operating system. Okay. Linux, Unix. So open source is a development method for software. Open source is the development method for the software that harness the power of distributed peer review and transparency of the process. That harness means supports the power of distribution, peer review. Okay, you can distribute the software, you can understand and review the software whether it is functioning correctly. So you can review that, means that if there is any bug or fault in software, you can identify and you can declare it so that other people or you yourself can remove that bug. That is called peer review. So power of distribution, peer review, and transparency of the process. So it is transparent to all. The promise of open source is better quality, higher reliability, more flexibility, lower cost, end-to-end predatory vendor lock-in. Okay. So these are the promises. That means these are the advantages, or we can say this as the advantages. These are the promises. That means open source ensures the better quality, it ensures the high reliability, it ensures the more flexibility, it ensures the lower cost, it ensures the end-to-end predatory vendor lock-in. The Open Source Initiative OSI is a non-profit organization or corporation. It is non-profit corporation formed to educate about and advocate for benefits of open source. Why it is formed? Open source initiative. It is a non-profit organization or non-profit corporation which is formed to educate about, to educate the people about and to advocate. That means to uh, give the justification regarding open source initiative for the benefits of open source. Okay, to educate and to advocate for the benefit of open source. So OSI includes a standard body. OSI includes the standard body maintaining the open source definition for a good of community. OSI includes the standard body maintaining the open source definition for good of community. Okay. So we stop here for OSSH, and I continue within 2 or 3 minutes, 5 minutes the another slide for the embedded system. We will continue it. Huh? So due to the breakage from 11 it becomes 12:22. We will continue here.